Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces July 1, 2022. Your planetary ruler, Neptune, has just turned retrograde in your sign. If you need inspiration or if you've been sourcing it from all the wrong places, your energy levels might temporarily dip. However, this reorientation process works in your favor as you advance, giving you a chance to see your dreams in a new light. It can be a time to step out of circulation just a little. This retrograde period lasts until December 3rd. Today, don't let disruptions to routine stress you out. Try to treat them as necessary for your life to move forward positively. You may be divided about whether to take a risk or stick with the familiar, but consider that you may be able to reach a compromise. Working towards the goal of increased happiness and health can be a strong focus. You're following your heart, and it's no holds barred. This is especially true when considering the moon's journey through Cancer and your fifth house of love, passion, pleasure, and self-expression. While in direct opposition with powerhouse Pluto, however, you could be sensing something tugging at you from a distance, perhaps within your extended network. Maybe it's a particular individual from your past or a group of people you choose to hang with for the sake of friendship. Whatever the case may be, you're being called to stay true to your authenticity when it pertains to love and romance. Your truth shall set you free indeed. Brainstorming sessions are a great way to spend the workday with the moon in Cancer forming a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. As the day unfolds, so have inspiring conversations with coworkers or even about work. You should entertain any interaction with others that have to do with your passion projects. Being open and talkative about your process can allow for incredible insight to come from a different direction. A work buddy may say something that leads to an incredible brainstorming session where you could be inspired to move forward in a new direction with a project. You may feel a new determination. That never give up attitude can be your greatest ally, and is one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal. If something's not impossible, then the worst that can be said about it is that it's improbable. This kind of determination gets results, so start your day off by thinking about what you really want to accomplish. If there's a way to do it, you'll find it eventually. There is a world out there waiting to be discovered. Your increased dynamism will spur other people into joining in. Be flexible and spontaneous, maybe traveling to a new town or on a short journey. Rediscovering your own local area can also be very inspiring, and even more enjoyable in the company of others. Your closest friends will reach out to you. They need you, and you can't let them down right now, but make sure that your own stuff gets taken care of, too. You feel independent, open to fresh experiences. Don't be rushed too quickly into anything, even if you've a real opportunity to get to know someone new and interesting. Irrespective of whether you fall hopelessly in love or have a set plan, your love life is evolving in new ways. Try to make them the best. Your mental and emotional pictures of things should be in agreement, helping you to develop a clear understanding of all sides of the issues. This is a great time for you to rationally analyze your emotions to help you understand why you are feeling the way you do. By applying intellectual understanding to the situation, you can learn how to harness your emotions much more effectively. Don't let this day slip by without spending a little time reflecting on this subject. No matter what your schedule holds today, be sure to leave some creative time aside for yourself. The presence of a vibration is one that encourages expression through whatever art form suits you personally. Perhaps you enjoy a direct art form such as painting or sculpting. Or maybe an indirect approach such as rearranging the house or gardening is more your style. Whatever the case, be sure to enjoy it today. It will feel great under this influence. While the moon's return to your work sector today means that it will spend the majority of the weekend here, the timing couldn't be better. This last visit before the first planetary activity for the year here begins was always going to be a valuable chance to check as you prepare for the new doors about to open on the job front. However, the moon also returns in time to capture Mars' final days in your income sector, kicking off an empowering and insightful few days across the income and job fronts. The moon's departure from your romantic sector might bring its monthly visit to a close, but you have a much better chance this time of holding on to the impact of these romantically charged lunar vibes. As a new moon, this has given matters of the heart a fresh lease of life, with the sun staying on to keep the momentum going. Our eyes in the sky. It can enable spiritual or emotional bypassing, yet it can also help us to gain perspective regarding situations that are typically too charged for us to assess objectively. This is one of those times where compartmentalization can be a helpful technique, as it frees us from self-imposed obligations to canonize our past. Instead of assuming that we are bound to replay the same traumas over and over again, we recognize that we have the authority to change how we tell our stories. This will be a somewhat unconscious process today, organically occurring as we go about interacting with friends, coworkers, and acquaintances. We simply tell our story differently, and this action creates change. Using new words prompts different recollections, and the way we share with others creates a holistic ripple effect. Meanwhile, Saturn in Aquarius loves innovation but might be slow to put changes into effect, knowing that true progress is never achieved overnight. Yet, when these two influences come together in a sextile, they harmoniously play off each other. Mars encourages Saturn's propensity for experimentation. Saturn checks Mars' instinct to run into the fray without proper protection. This is a great aspect to use for initiatives where we must put our heads down and focus. Although we will not likely reach our projected target today, this Mars-Saturn permeates us with the confidence that we will achieve our aims if we work diligently towards their realization. This makes us want to get lost in the waves of love and emotion. Be careful about trusting people who don't deserve it. This can excite sexual prowess and heighten sex drive. It also shortens tempers, so try to avoid meltdowns and drama if you can. A good way to deal with this energy is to meditate or count to 10 before confronting anyone. This can help alleviate the situation and melt away stress. By the end of the day, you could feel worn out and tired. Give yourself a rest, some love, and a glass of wine. The moon in Cancer, ending its void of course which began last night. This is the sign of its exaltation, suggesting an easy flow of instinctual, nurturing energy. Over the next 2 days, we are encouraged to connect with our senses and practice mindfulness. Seek radical presence and keep things simple. The past is gone. The future is yet to be. Acknowledge the tether between your emotions and your environment, and ground into the moment. In the late afternoon, the Cancer Sun forms a quincunx to Saturn in Aquarius, which might dampen our spirits. We may sense a looming crisis, or fixate on a nagging feeling that there are responsibilities we must attend to. The timing is inconvenient, as this is one of those occasions where there is never an optimal time for it to land in our laps. We want to be a leader and demonstrate that anything can be handled with compassion and integrity. Yet addressing this issue requires us to put our feelings aside and just get it done, which seems counterintuitive and causes us to feel stretched thin. We worry we might be viewed as uncaring if we handle the matter efficiently, or that we will be seen as too soft if we act from a heart-centered place.